No emergency, no power, no power, no emergency. So for this reason, the emergency must continue. And the problem I'm seeing here in the United States right now is that too many people want freedom for themselves as an individual, but not for others, especially those who disagree. These people love individualism for themselves, but want collectivism for everyone else. Let's also remember that to the vast majority of politicians, freedom is bad. The more freedom and the more responsibility taken by people as us as a result, the fewer politicians are even needed. Think about it. What's the first thing out of people's mouths when something bad happens? What's the government going to do about it? That's why politicians like Joe Biden sell us things. That's why they sell us things that so many of us want or think we want. They promise benefit programs, jobs, or even a guarantee of safety, all in the future, of course, and all they want in return is a greedy bite out of our freedom today. Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez are other examples. They present poverty as slavery, where you can't be free unless you are economically free. And if you want to get rid of the burden of financial suffering, all you need to do is place your undying faith in people like them and destroy the freedom of those who dare to have earned a few more dollars than you do. President Franklin D. Roosevelt used exactly the same logic. He argued that true individual freedom cannot exist without economic security and independence, and that people who are hungry and out of a job are the building blocks of dictatorships. In other words, give your freedom to me, or you'll lose it to someone else. And you don't have to know much about human nature to know that dictatorships can spawn from human nature itself, and economic security has nothing to do with it. Again, at the deepest level, your freedom has nothing to do with your circumstances. What should worry us more than really anything is that issues like COVID-19 or inflation or even Russia invading Ukraine show just how easily our freedoms can be taken away when it's gift-wrapped by our fellow citizens. Since March 2020 especially, too many people have given up their freedoms far too happily, driven into the clutches of politicians by fear. Words like sacrifice were used to hammer home the notion that these tyrannical moves were both necessary and also entirely temporary. As F.A. Hayek once said, though, emergencies have always been the pretext on which the safeguards of individual liberty have been eroded. But no emergency, no power, no emergency. So for this reason, the emergency must continue. That emergency was COVID-19, and now it's Putin. And when it's not Putin anymore, it's going to be something else. It must be something else, because guess what? Politicians do not want to go back. They've tasted blood, and so they will fight tooth and nail to keep a steady supply going, constantly pushing us to trade our freedom for responsibility. And too many people fall for it every single time.